You got it this time. That was so much better than last time. Proud of you. Hi, everyone. It is Wednesday once again, which means it's time for a new episode of the New Comic Book Day Rundown. I am Dustin. I'm the PR coordinator for Dark Horse. And who are you?
I'm Brett, assistant editor.
Great. And Brett and I are here to break down everything that is new from Dark Horse Comics this week. It's actually a lot more than this. In fact, it's so much that we've got it fanned out behind us here. So we'll get into all of this momentarily. If you would like the opportunity to win all of this swag, all you've got to do is share this video on Facebook. Just make sure that your share is set to public so that we are able to see it. Our fantastic social media coordinator, Kara, will pick a random winner and let you know by tomorrow a.m. So you've got until then to share away. We've also got a couple of announcements for you. Thank you to everybody who entered our Tomb Raider art contest. You guys knocked that out of the park, knocked our socks off. Those were incredible art entries. The grand prize winners are going to have their art in the next Tomb Raider adult coloring book, but we had so many fantastic entries that we're actually doing a digital PDF coloring book that anybody is eligible to opt into. So you have until September 28th to opt in. Details for that are at darkhorse.com/newsfeed. So go and find the details on our Tomb Raider art contest. It'll let you know what you need to do to opt in to be included in the digital coloring book. We are also doing a Tentacle Kitty coloring contest. Details for that are also on the Dark Horse newsfeed. So another great opportunity to win some cool prizes and show off your artwork. Winners for that are going to be announced September 25th. And we've got a digital sale this week, so I'm going to let Brett take it away with that.
Sweet. So with Umbrella Academy Hotel Oblivion launching in 2 weeks,
Yes.
we have an Umbrella Academy mega bundle. So you can get 99-cent single issues and $4.99 graphic novels. It's $10 and $9.99 for all of it. So you can go to Dark Horse Digital for that.
All the Umbrella.
It's written by Gerard Way, My Chemical Romance. Great.
You know the one.
Yes. And great artwork from the great, awesome Gabriel Ba.
The best.
Dave Stewart. And there are James Jean covers. You don't see much James Jean today, but he's great. So
Yes, we're very excited to have Umbrella Academy back for the third arc, Hotel Oblivion, after a 10-year hiatus. So this fall is going to be very exciting. I read the first issue, and it is awesome. Can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it. As something is about to return and begin, something very sadly is ending, but it is ending in a very exciting fashion. We have got the final issue of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 12. This is The Reckoning number 4, in which Buffy, Frey, the future Slayer, the Scoobies, and all of the other Slayers across the world are in an epic battle against Hearth and his army of baddies. His attempt to steal the power of the Slayers has brought Buffy and her crew to the turning point they have been trying desperately to avoid. With all other options spent, it is only Buffy and her sacrifice that can save the world. So basically, we've got the entire Buffyverse united here in the culmination of all of the Buffy seasons. This is by fan favorite writer Christos Gage, co-written by Joss Whedon himself. It's got art by Georges Genty and covers, as I said, there are several of them, by Carl Story, Stephanie Hans, Georges Genty, and Steve Morris, I believe?
Steve Morris.
Yes. Let me see if I got a good interior for you. There's probably a good battle shot in here, right? Oh yeah, look at that. So it is bittersweet, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer The Reckoning has been awesome. It's been a great 4-issue mini to close this out. So you can pick that up today, and because it's only 4 issues, they'll likely have all 4 of them at your local comic shop. So if you haven't had a chance to read that yet, you could probably pick up the whole series today. Next,
so Black Hammer, Age of Doom number 5. So after the last issue's crazy ending, this issue will give you a lot of reveals as to how everything came to be, but it'll leave you with a lot more questions and a lot more screaming at the end of the issue like last time. Also, for the next 2 issues after this, Rich Tommaso, the very incredible and unique artist, will be taking over the art duties.
Ooh, guest artist.
Yes, it's great. And there's a great homage cover on this issue by Yeah, this one by Fabio Moon. As well as pinup art from Connor Herbison and Antonio Fuso, which I will show.
Yes,
right
we got to see the pinups in these are so good.
Yes. So this is the one from Connor. It's great. Madam Dragonfly, always great.
I love Madame Dragonfly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on the page following that, Antonio Fuso's pinup from Black Hammer.
The Black Hammer herself. Ah, love them.
Yeah.
And yes, such great homages in the artwork to classic superheroes. Another new number one that we've got for today is Olivia Twist number one. So this is a modern steampunk take on the Dickens classic starring a female cast. This is from Berger Books. That's our imprint here at Dark Horse that is run by Karen Berger, who was the founding editor at Vertigo, the woman responsible for bringing Neil Gaiman to comics, among many, many other fantastic talents like Alan Moore. So this is good stuff. So the series is written by best-selling author Darren Strauss and Adam Dalva. It's got art by Emma Viacelli, who worked on Vampire Academy and Adventures of Supergirl. There's colors by Lee Luffridge in here, letters by Sal Cipriano. Let me show you an interior. So, in this To Save a Boy She Barely Knows, teenage orphan Olivia Twist joins the Esters, which is a ragtag girl gang of thieves running free in a dangerous future London. Olivia's life in this London of internment camps and dark technology gets even more complicated when she discovers that she has more power and wealth than she's ever dreamed of. But of course, that comes at a great cost.
Cool. So, next, Ether Copper Golems number 5. The final issue of the Copper Golems arc with this, very sad, with this great, incredible cover from one of my favorite artists, Jen Bartel.
Oh, yes.
So good. I just
Love
want to
Jen.
marry that cover.
Yes. So, with the final portal within their grasp, Boom, Grandar, and the team are on the cusp of saving both Earth and Ether. However, victory won't be sweet as Ubel makes his return and has more power than once thought. This is going to conclude the second book while also pulling at your heartstrings. Continues the wild Ether ride, and it's going to leave you wanting more for sure. Let me show off some of this great art as well. So.
Also, can Jen Bartel just do a variant cover for everything?
That'd be great.
She has time for that, right?
Oh.
That'd be great.
Okay.
I forget if I mentioned this is by Matt Kidd and David Rubin. So
Dream team.
yes.
Such a good series.
Also within the Berger Books imprint, we've got Matahari number 5. This is the final episode of this original series from Berger Books. As Margarita's trial defense falls apart, she contemplates how Matahari the dancer became Matahari the spy, prepared to undertake a great mission for France to free her to be with the great love of her life away from war, poverty, and memories of her past. But her fate is set. She must die, and all that's left for her to decide is how she will face it and what legacy she will leave behind. So this is, for anybody who doesn't know, this is sort of a dramatic retelling of the real-life Matahari, who's photographed here. She's sort of the original femme fatale. She became infamous and was executed by a French firing squad after she was accused of being a double agent during World War I. So this has been very, very carefully researched based on some journal entries from Matahari herself, and has been adapted in this absolutely beautiful story. It's written by Emma Beebe with art by Ariella Cristantina, and of course edited by Karen Berger. Final issue today.
Beautiful.
Cool. So on to Terminator Sector War number 2.
Switching gears.
Yes, very much so. From Brian Wood with crazy artwork from Jeff Stokely, the regular cover by Robert Samelin, and the variant by Dana Warren Johnson. The always great Dana Warren Johnson. So, new Terminator series that follows a T-800 sent to eliminate a different target in the same timeline. NYPD officer Lucy Castro is being hunted by a T-800 and seeks protection from a local crime boss in order to survive the night. Will it be enough? And I can't overstate how great this artwork is. Stokely is a monster, so here's an example.
Ooh, double page spread. Yeah, Jeff Stokely is too good.
Yeah. You'll want to pick this up for sure.
Speaking of great art, but also very different from that, is Usagi Yojimbo The Hidden #6. This is an ongoing series written by the great Stan Sakai. This is going to be this is the penultimate issue. So
Not the finale.
there's one more. There's one more after this. At last, Usagi and Inspector Ishida have cracked the mystery surrounding the foreign box, revealing a secret so explosive it could eradicate the shogunate. However, unbeknownst to the duo, the government isn't as oblivious as they assumed and may just be one step ahead of the pair, ready to spring a trap. This is one of my favorite series, as I've said, probably in every single episode of this show. So highly recommend. This follows Usagi Yojimbo, who's the Rabbit Ronin, which is a masterless samurai, for anybody who doesn't know. This follows anthropomorphic people set in Edo period Japan, which was a time of major civil war in basically when Japan was under military rule. So that's when they talk about the shogunate, that's what that means. It's the military rule by the shogun instead of a proper emperor or, as one might hope, an elected official, but we're talking about feudal Japan here. There's also beautiful watercolor images on the back of every issue of this arc. So that's Tomo, one of Usagi's good buddies, who is a cat, in case you couldn't tell. Yeah, highly recommend this. This has been a great arc that's been following a historical, kind of a good history story, which was when Christianity was not allowed. It was completely illegal in feudal Japan. Christians were often executed and deeply persecuted. This is explored much more graphically in Martin Scorsese's film Silence, but that is a tangent, and I recommend reading it in Usagi instead because there's less burning children alive.
Get caught up now because Stan Sakai told us that the next issue is going to be a crazy one.
Yes, so there's 6 of them.
Yes.
Very different book this time.
Again,
So
very different.
with our very exciting, expanding line of all ages comics, this is Disney's Incredibles, Disney Pixar Incredibles 2, Crisis in Midlife and Other Stories #3. Written by Christos Gage with art and cover art by Girohiru and J-Bone with colors by Dan Jackson. So with 2 stories in each issue, the first one finds that the intense super training with their dad as Sour, Dash, and Violet on the idea of becoming supers. Then the family is interrupted by an attack from Bon Voyage, and the Incredibles must reunite. The second story is Bob's continued bedtime story of his secret first date with Elastigirl. This reveals how the supers were saved from the complete defeat and realize something about their new relationship in the process.
Bon Voyage is one of my favorite supervillain names.
He's great.
Incredibles has such great hero and villain names.
There he is. Just
Hey,
hanging
look
out.
at him.
Oh,
Yeah.
so suave.
Like an evil clown mime. Jeez.
Suave mind.
Suave mime.
I love these issues have both stories with 2 really, really strong artists with Girohiru and J-Bone. So I'll show off a little bit. This is J-Bone. The page I showed before was Girohiru. So
Yeah, which is great too, because they were the ones who originally were doing our Avatar: The Last Airbender comics.
Yeah.
So you probably recognize that art style a little bit.
Yes.
We've also got Witchfinder, The Gates of Heaven #5. Magic and science collide above London, as you can see on this page. The Witchfinder and his allies make a final stand when terror descends from the skies and their nightmarish foe is finally revealed. So, I feel like I talked about this fairly recently. The Witchfinder himself is Sir Edward Grey. He is the occult advisor to Queen Victoria in London. This is a series by Mike Mignola and Chris Roberson, so set within the Hellboy mythos. So this has art by Disraeli and colors by Michelle Madsen. I think that's it for single issues. Did we
Yes.
do them all? Are we on to books now?
On to
It's a
books.
big stack.
And I don't know if I'm going to pick this book up because it's large, but...
I'm a little scared.
Watch out.
So, Aliens, Predator, Prometheus, AVP, whatever. The Complete Life and Death hardcover. So the sequel to Fire and Stone. It's a battle for survival against the 3 deadliest species in the galaxy. For Captain Paget and her platoon of Colonial Marines, a routine mission for the Weyland-Yutani Corporation becomes a running battle that will carry them halfway across the galaxy in a fateful 4-way war collects the entire life and death story cycle in deluxe oversized hardcover. This thing is a monster. Just look at the size.
It's more of a monster than the Xenomorph.
Yes, and you get the art in gigantic, beautiful size. So it's definitely.
I know people have been waiting for this for a while. I think a lot of people have been asking about this. So it is here now. It is here, and it is heavy, and it is gorgeous.
Yes.
A big book.
You know what else is here? Berserk Official Guidebook. This is the ultimate guide to the ultimate manga. So obviously Berserk has conquered the worlds of manga and anime. Now comes the essential roadmap to the sprawling Berserk universe. Because if you thought Game of Thrones was confusing, you ain't seen nothing yet. So this is going to explore the characters, creatures, settings, and stories of Berserk's first 38 volumes. Yes, you heard that correctly. That's 38 volumes. So there really is a lot packed in this little book. Profusely illustrated and including never-before-seen art, including an 8-page color section, and author notes by Kentaro Miura. The official guidebook is a comprehensive tour through the epic adventures, shocking horror, and graveyard humor that can be only Berserk.
Oh, excellent page.
Did I pick a good one?
Yeah, it is.
Of course I did.
Every page in here is so packed.
Every page in here is dangerous. Here's some good color. Oh, that's just the cover
Oh,
again.
there's more.
There is more. See, look at that. Great color sections.
There's the color you've all been waiting for.
I mean, I really did have probably like a 50-50 chance of opening to boobs. So
No, it was good.
that's
Probably higher.
probably higher than that,
I
if
mean,
I'm being
Monohari
honest.
too, so...
Switching gears.
Again.
Super excited to
It's so diverse.
show Criminy. It's pronounced Criminy.
There really is something for everyone here as you see us bouncing back and forth between...
From Roger Langridge and Ryan Ferrier, there comes a humorous, absurd adventure tale about a family on the run. Dagum Crimini's peaceful life is suddenly interrupted as pirates invade his island, casting Crimini's family out as refugees into the wild unknown in the search for a new home. Soon the Criminis find themselves hopping from one strange locale to another, each with their own bizarre environment, people, and challenges, putting Dagum and family in constant peril as they search for a new, peaceful place to call home. If you liked Langridge's work on the Muppets, which I did, you will definitely want to purchase this book. It's a super fun, all ages romp that I think basically, however old you are, you'll find something to enjoy with this. I think the art has a lot of super cool gags in it. The script from Ryan Ferrier is super sharp. Ryan Ferrier is soon to be of Death Orb.
Yes.
So,
Which is also very different from
yes,
this.
quite different. Definitely showing his range with this one. Yeah, but this book's a lot of fun. You'll definitely want to.
I
Pick this book
love
up.
this.
Definitely done in kind of an old cartoon style.
Yes, very, yeah.
Yes,
kinda
they look like the Animaniacs, we know.
Very Popeye, more Popeye-like, I think.
Very Popeye, little Betty Boop. Like,
Yeah.
there's, definitely some of those old cartoon references.
For sure.
Again,
Very
an homage.
Yes.
We've also got a new volume of Fate Zero. This is volume 7. It's the faithful prequel to Type Moon's Fate saga, written and illustrated by Shinjiro. After Assassin's defeat, each of the camps is making ready for the next battle as Archer again tempts Kirei away from his priestly discipline. Saber and Irisfeel find a new base and a new understanding, and while Castor's own stronghold may have been destroyed, his grimoire can still summon elder horrors, stronger and more ancient than Fortress Stone. I love
crazy
this.
eyes.
I know, I love the crazy eyes. I also am a big fan of the word incorrigible, so there was some good use of that in this script. Also tentacles.
Iron tentacles. Yeah.
And on to Koshei the Deathless trade paperback.
TPB.
More Magnola-verse greatness. There's seriously no bad book in the Magnola universe. They're all amazing, so you'll definitely want to pick this one up. Sent to kill Hellboy by the Baba Yaga and Darkness Calls, Koshei the Deathless hinted at a long and tragic life before being enslaved by the Russian witch. Now Koshei reveals every horrible act on his road to immortality and beyond, with none other than Hellboy himself in hell. Magnola reunites with Ben Stenbeck, one of his favorite and frequent collaborators, to explore Koshei's past with colors by the always great Dave Stewart, and this volume collects the whole 6-issue series plus a lot of bonus material and covers, and it's all great. There's so much good art in this book. So there's Stenbeck on the story page and Magnola covers. You'll definitely want to pick this one up. It's a lot of fun.
have the sketchbook section, and this is huge.
Yeah, let's just look at part of it. Ah, it's a nice fish on this sketchbook section. So
Look at that fish. A lot of good creatures.
yes.
Oh, you're waiting.
Was that me? I was waiting for that. We also have, last but not least, a new Game of Thrones stainless steel stein. This is a 16-ounce stein. It comes in this great packaging. It's $39.99. And whether it be mead, ale, or cider you're drinking, you can show where you stand in the Great War. So this is adorned with the House Stark sigil, of course. So that is also available today at your local comic shop. That's everything, right?
I think so.
Yes, I always feel a need to verify because sometimes things slip through the cracks because we keep publishing more and more stuff.
So much.
But
So
that
much.
was all of it, and thank you for sticking around. Again, if you would like to win all of the items we discussed, including this awesome stein, just share this video. It's a very, very simple way to enter. And we will see you back here next week for next week's episode of the New Comic Book Day Rundown. We'll probably see you every week after that as well. Sayonara.